National Conference candidate from Srinagar and former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Farooq Abdullah has stirred a hornet's nest by saying Kashmir should have gone to Pakistan, but his father, late Sheikh Abdullah, got it to India. He also said Prime Minister Narendra Modi is living in a fool's paradise if he thinks Article 370 and 35A can be removed. This after the Prime Minister's frontal attack on Kashmir-based political parties and the Congress from Kathua in Jammu and Kashmir. Sunil Ji Bhatt and Ashraf Wani bring you our top story.
कांग्रेस को कभी भी देश की सेना पर भरोसा नहीं था.
Prime Minister Modi's scathing attack on the Congress, NC and PDP, invoking demand for a separate PM for Jammu and Kashmir, dynastic politics and special status of the state, claiming the opposition is conniving to split Kashmir from India.
आए दिन ये जम्मू कश्मीर को भारत से अलग करने की धमकी दे रहे हैं, खून खराबे की धमकी दे रहे हैं, यहां अलग प्रधानमंत्री बनाने की धमकी दे रहे हैं.
Modi also invoked the Balakot air strike and surgical attacks on Pakistan.
कांग्रेस सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक का नाम सुनते ही, एयर स्ट्राइक का नाम सुनते ही इतना घबरा क्यों जाती है? कांग्रेस को कभी भी देश की सेना पर भरोसा नहीं था. इसलिए कांग्रेस ने सेना को आतंकियों के खिलाफ कठोर कदम उठाने से रोका.
The Prime Minister reserved a large chunk of his attack for the NC and estranged ally PDP.
जम्मू कश्मीर का कोई वंशवादी अपनी वसीयत में लिखवा कर नहीं लाया है. कश्मीर भारत का अटूट अंग है.
To counter Modi, NC patron Farooq Abdullah came out with a shocking pro-Pak remark.
Let me tell him, it was not he who took Jammu and Kashmir to the rest of the country. It was the Abdullah who put Kashmir, which should have gone to Pakistan.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a blistering attack on National Conference, PDP, Congress and accused all these three parties of supporting the anti-national elements. Clearly, the BJP is banking on the issue of nationalism to regain power at the centre. With video journalist Neeraj Kumar, this is Sunil Bhatt reporting from Kathua for India Today.
Now, political parties in the valley have also been saying that if Article 370 is removed, then the link between Kashmir and the rest of the country, the bridge, as they say, will be demolished and India would be seen as an occupation force in Jammu and Kashmir. But is that actually true, or is this far detached from facts and ground realities? Let's also listen in to Ajat Shatru Singh, the grandson of late Maharaja Hari Singh. Remember, it was Maharaja Hari Singh who had signed the instrument of accession on the 26th of October in 1947. Let's listen to him on Article 370 and 35A.
But let me make it very clear that accession was final and clear. So there is no sense of arguing about it, or there is no place for any conversation about 35A and 370. And once 35A goes, 370 of course is now, like you said, in this election. But in our manifesto we have said that Article 35A will be removed and Article 370 automatically will go after that. There was no conditions, as you know, like other states. There were almost 542 states, and it was exactly the same. Timing was slightly delayed, but it had nothing to do with a different kind of accession that was made. It was exactly the same paper, what the other states signed and what Maharaja Hari Singh Ji, my late grandfather, signed. It's my personal view that Article 370 and 35A should be repealed so that development and more doles can be given to Jammu Kashmir so that we can develop further and become at par like other states of India.
The Prime Minister's attacks in Kathua have been sharp and direct. He's targeted the Congress, he's targeted the National Conference and the PDP. But before I go to my guests, joining me on the broadcast is Adil Singh Boparai of the Congress, Aman Sinha of the BJP, and Imamul Nabi is a Kashmir-based political analyst. He joins us from Srinagar. Before I go to my guests, I quickly want to cut across first to Ashraf Wani in Srinagar and then Sunilji Bhatt in Jammu. Ashraf, I want to understand from you. Farooq Abdullah has been campaigning extensively in Srinagar. What prompted him to say that Kashmir should have gone to Pakistan?
Basically, it is the statement of Prime Minister which irritated the both regional parties, not only the Farooq Abdullah, who is the chief of the National Conference, but even Mehbooba Mufti, the president of the People's Democratic Party. These two parties are the regional parties of Jammu and Kashmir state, and their base is only in the Kashmir Valley. That is a reality. And also the statement what was given by the Prime Minister in the Kotwa rally, where he said that it is that the families, the dynasty politics, his indication was towards the National Conference and the PDP are trying to break the nation, and he will not allow them to do so. On that response, Dr. Farooq Abdullah said that it was Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah, his father, who got accession of the Jammu and Kashmir through with the India. Otherwise, there was the option that Jammu Kashmir could have gone to the Pakistan, but it was Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah who did it, and the Prime Minister
but
Narendra
Kashmir
Modi
anyways wasn't going to Pakistan, Sunilji Bhatt. That is where there's a big disconnect in the politics that is being practiced today and the ground realities, and this is something that the Prime Minister was trying to highlight. Another fact that that has been brought out in your interview with Ajat Shatru Singh.
Absolutely, Gaurav. What Farooq Abdullah and other Kashmiri politicians are saying, they are lying to the people of Jammu and Kashmir and the rest of the country. The fact is that the instrument of accession signed by Maharaja Hari Singh was the same instrument of accession that was signed by other princely states at that point of time. And it was not Sheikh Abdullah who brought Jammu and Kashmir into the Indian Union's fold. It was the legendary Dogra ruler Maharaja Hari Singh who signed the instrument of accession on October 26, 1940. And if you listen to this interview of Ajat Shatru Singh, he also says that if Jammu and Kashmir is part of India today, it's because of Maharaja Hari Singh. There may have been some delay on his part on signing the instrument of accession, but the instrument of accession that was signed was full and final, and there is no ambiguity over that. Even the state constitution of Jammu and Kashmir clearly says that Jammu and Kashmir is, was and shall always remain an integral part of India, and the accession is full and final and irrevocable. So clearly these Kashmiri politicians are misleading the people. They are also twisting facts. They are distorting the facts. And if we go into history, now coming to Umar Abdullah's separate Prime Minister pitch, I just want to say one thing, that just one point, Gaurav, it's very important that in 1975 Indira Sheikh Accord was signed by the representative of Indira Gandhi G. Partha Sarthi and representative of Sheikh Abdullah Mirza Afzal Beg, and in that document, in that Indira Sheikh Accord, it's clearly mentioned that there will be no Prime Minister and no separate president in Jammu and Kashmir. So Umar Abdullah, by raising the pitch for separate Prime Ministership, should at least respect the document that was signed by his grandfather Sheikh Abdullah. Gaurav.
This politics of soft separatists. I want to bring in Adil Singh Boparai of the Congress. Sir, National Conference is your alliance partner. Farooq Abdullah says Kashmir should have gone to Pakistan. Is this also the Congress party line, or are you okay with this line when it's on the other side of the Banehal tunnel?
Well, Gaurav, I have a preliminary point to make. Who gives Mr. Narendra Modi the authority to distribute certificates of patriotism in this country? Last I read the constitution, Mr. Narendra Modi has no such authority, number one. Number two, let me remind you that the PDP, Mufti Muhammad Saeed and his daughter have been the alliance partner of the BJP. The BJP on the eve of every elections raises this bogey of Article 370.
Sir, I will raise that question with the BJP. I have asked you a separate question and I request you to answer that. I will raise that question when I speak to the BJP spokesperson.
Now, responding to your question,
sir, my question is very straight. My question is very straight. Is the Congress okay with Farooq Abdullah saying Kashmir should have gone to Pakistan?
Well, Gaurav, I don't think anybody doubts the commitment and the sincerity of the Congress party. We were a party which led this country to independence. We've laid our blood, we've laid our lives for the unity of this country. Our leaders have sacrificed their lives, whether it's Indira Gandhi ji, Rajiv Gandhi ji, Sardar Bayan Singh. Kashmir has, is and will remain an integral part of India. I cannot be more emphatic than this. Narendra Modi behaves like a liar. I'm constrained to use this expression for him.
Farooq Abdullah says Prime Minister is living in a fool's paradise.
Emotions. He's been doing this.
Sir,
there was a similar pitch by him in the run-up to the 2014 election.
Sir, we'll have ample time on the broadcast, but let's stick to facts here. Farooq Abdullah says Prime Minister is living in a fool's paradise. If he thinks Article 370 and 35A can go, this is only election-related rhetoric, a fact that's also brought out by Adil Singh Boparai of the Congress party on the broadcast.
Gaurav, I just saw Mr. Farooq Abdullah making a very a statement which was absolutely verging on line of sedition and completely anti-national statement. And my friend Mr. Adil Singh Boparai is for some reason agitated against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He did not have a word of condemnation for statement of Mr. Farooq Abdullah. He has audacity to call Prime Minister of this country liar without any basis, making such shameless statement. This is the state to which Congress party has fallen, and if Congress president is behaving in
I've
such
asked you a direct question. Farooq Abdullah says the Prime Minister. Maybe you didn't hear me.
My friend Adil,
sir, maybe you didn't hear me. Farooq Abdullah says Prime Minister Narendra Modi is living in a fool's paradise if he thinks Article 370 and 35A can go. This, according to Farooq Abdullah and the Congress party, is only election rhetoric.
No, absolutely not. In fact, as far as Article 35A is concerned, Gaurav, this the matter is before the Supreme Court. The Union of India, the Government of India has also taken a structured stand. It is our view that Article 35A, first of all, it was introduced surreptitiously into the Constitution, and it has not done in a legally constitutionally permissible manner, and therefore the insertion itself is not legal and void right from the outset. Now that apart, look at how it has reflected on ground, Gaurav. The several developmental measures which could have been taken.
I'll come to that step by step. Let me also bring in Inamul Nabi from Srinagar.
It does not provide right to equality, etc.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Mr. Nabi, PDP says this is Gandhi's India.
Several decades.
Sir, let me bring in my other guest. Let me bring in initial comments. We'll come back into this debate. Let's have a structured debate. Aman Sinha, give me a moment. Mr. Nabi, PDP's Mehbooba Mufti says this is Gandhi's India and not Modi's India. Why is this forgotten when terrorists call for establishing an Islamic caliphate? How come Kashmiri leaders that time don't tell these terrorists that this is Gandhi's India, do not make it Jinnah's Pakistan?
Whatever Madam Mehbooba Mufti has stated, she is known for her hypocritic character. She was very hard and very harsh against Kashmiris when she was in power. For everything, she was always pleasing and opting appeasement policy for the BJP when she was in power. When out of power, she started saying different things and start dancing on different tones. So nobody subscribe her ideology, nobody subscribe her statements here. Everybody knows how she used pellets against Kashmiris, how she blinded our young people, how she was using toffee and milk comment for the for the movement here, for the mass agitation here. So nobody subscribes her. Now, as far as Prime Minister's speech is concerned, that Prime Minister Sahab has lashed out on NC and PDP. This is not first time when Prime Minister Modi ji has lashed out on PDP or NC. In 2015 elections, parliamentary elections, he also lashed out that time also that this government, next government will be without Baap Bete or without Baap Beti. Then what we have seen, this same BJP former government with Baap Beti.
I will take that question to Aman Sinha, but Adil Singh Boparai wanted to come in. Adil Singh Boparai, the Prime Minister's attack on the Congress party in Kathua was rather direct. He says the Congress fears hearing about surgical strikes and air strikes. You heard him say he says that the Congress, it seems, has no faith in our armed forces.
Well, Gaurav, I have no doubt in my mind that when the history for this period is going to be written, Mr. Narendra Modi will be one of the most shameless prime ministers India has ever produced. But be that as it may, I want to remind you of an anecdote. When Mehbooba Mufti took oath as the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, from the pulpit, she praised Pakistan for peaceful elections, and the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, was sitting on the dais with her. Mr. Modi didn't utter a single word. The Deputy Chief Minister of J&K made a public statement that had we known that Burhan Wani is in that house, we would have stopped the forces. So this is the hypocrisy of the BJP. In the run-up to the 2014 elections, Narendra Modi targeted the PDP. But did that stop them from aligning with them post-elections? Please understand, Narendra Modi is a leader who can stoop to any level to secure power. He is not concerned about India. He is not concerned about the Kashmiris. His only motive, his only mission is to secure power, either by hook or by crook. And I put this question to my senior friend, Mr. Aman Sinha. There was a direct request made by the CRPF that please airlift our officers from Jammu to Srinagar. Had the Ministry of Home Affairs acceded to that request, perhaps 40 Indian bravehearts, their lives could have been saved.
Okay.
What stopped the government
Let me
of
add
India
another
to accede to
question,
that request?
which we'll take
You
to
agreed
Aman
to that
Sinha.
subsequently
Aman
after the Pulwama attack.
as
Had
both
you done that
Adil Singh
earlier,
Boparai and
40
Mr.
Indian
Nabi
lives
point
could
out,
have been saved, Mr. Sinha.
Adil Singh Boparai, let's take this step by step, sir. As both Imal Nabi and Adil Boparai point out, you were an alliance partner of the PDP. Why didn't you push for Ek Nishan, Ek Vidhan, Ek Pradhan when you were in power, sir? It's very convenient for the BJP to do so just before elections.
Well, Gaurav, as far as the issue of Ek Desh mein do pradhan, do vidhan, do nishan nahi chalenge, this is a movement which was led by our leaders, and late Shama Prasad Mukherjee was a pioneer in this, and this still remains to be one of the core ideological issues for BJP. And let me say, I am very, it's really unfortunate the kind of language my friend Adil Boparai has been using. He's a young, accomplished lawyer. But just see the kind of hatred that the Congress party and their
for the power you were kissing the second Nishan. For the power you were kissing the Vidhan. You were saluting the Vidhan. You were saluting the Nishan.
One by one, gentlemen.
Who is now jumping up and down?
One by one. Mr. Nabi, I will come to you shortly. Let Aman Sinha respond. It's Adil Singh Boparai and Aman Sinha for the moment, please.
You have been enjoying.
You speak at your turn. If you have anything in substance, you speak at your turn. No, who is this person who is jumping up and down?
No, you cannot
Chief
mislead
Minister
the people.
Mehbooba Mufti
You cannot
enjoyed power
mislead the
for 3
people.
years,
You had been in power
because she could not sustain with the agenda.
You didn't tell
we had formed government on a specific agenda, and she did not stick to that agenda, and therefore we broke off.
Gentlemen,
Because
one by one.
That
One by one.
was not sticking to the agenda of the alliance. Therefore, we broke off.
Both the parties had been your partners.
Please tell this gentleman.
Both the parties had been your partners.
Okay, Mr. Nabi.
We do not need any moral certificate and scriptures.
In this government, PDP was your partner. So you have no right to speak against PDP.
Will you tell him to keep quiet so that I can respond?
Yes,
people
Mr.
of
Nabi,
India,
just give me 20 seconds.
Today are not interested
Let
in
Mr.
shouting.
Sinha respond.
And
I will come both to you and to Mr. Adil Singh Boparai.
Your life.
Gentlemen, one by one.
What is this?
You stand exposed.
Okay. Gentlemen, let's set the ground rules, please.
Just see the
let's
kind
all
of
speak one by one. Let's make
PDP
sense, not noise.
These are the spokespersons representing PDP.
One of the personal attacks Prime Minister has made about your family, that Abdullahs will be never allowed to break the country. The demand on the Article 370 which National Conference has put forward, he is saying that if his government comes to power, they are going to abolish this article.
Let me tell him, it was not he who took Jammu and Kashmir to the rest of the country. It was the Abdullah who booked Kashmir, which should have gone to Pakistan, to India. Let him answer for that. And he thinks he can remove 370 and 35A. He is living in fool's paradise.
Can there be anything more bizarre than a leader saying Kashmir should have gone to Pakistan? And let me bring in Inamul Nabi for more on this. Mr. Nabi, why is the Kashmir leadership threatening New Delhi with breaking ties if Article 370 is removed? After all, Even the framing fathers of the Indian Constitution said Article 370 is temporary. Today is Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar's birth anniversary, and Dr. Ambedkar had in fact opposed Article 370, saying it's treachery. Mr. Nabi.
Sir, these are the people who are representing New Delhi in Srinagar. They are not the separatist people. They had been union ministers, they had been chief minister, whether Mehbooba Mufti, Farooq Abdullah or Umar Abdullah. If they are stating you anything, it is time for you people to introspect. What forces them to issue these statements? What forces them to issue such statements? It is time for you people to introspect. Why you have failed to win hearts and minds of Kashmiri people from last 70 years?
No, we've been seeing winning hearts and minds, sir. Ye aap apna separatist rant humko to dena mat. We travel to Kashmir to know what's the ground reality, and it's only that 5-6% people who may want to say hum kya chahe Pakistan and all that stuff. Majority we've seen are with India, so there is no problem about that. And that's not propaganda, this is ground reality. But Adil Singh Boparai, would you concede? The Prime Minister said Pakistan's nuclear bogey has been completely exposed by the government, both after post-Uri surgical strike, Balakot airstrike, sir.
Well, Gaurav, let me make it very clear. Kashmir and Kashmiris are ours, and Kashmir is not going anywhere. It's an integral part of India. So let's put an end to this controversy. But please understand what Mr. Narendra Modi is trying. He is trying to weave a narrative which is based on fear, which is based on anxiety, which is based... Can you please... my friend from the PDP, please have the patience to listen. He is trying to weave a narrative which is based on fear, anxiety, and that we are under threat. This is nothing but a distraction. Sir, can you please have the patience to listen? Can I make my comment?
Yes.
He is trying to divert attention. Narendra Modi is trying to divert attention from the core issues. He is obsessed with Pakistan. And the reason why he's obsessed with Pakistan is because he wants to derail the narrative. He cannot answer on the economy. He came out with the demonetization drive. Do you see him uttering a single word on demonetization? He came out with GST. Do you see him uttering a single word on GST? He promised 2 crore jobs. Do you see him uttering a single word on 2 crore jobs? So let's not get fooled. He is trying to divert people's attention. That is his agenda. Okay. Kashmir is an integral part of India. Indian armed forces will continue to give a befitting reply to Pakistan. And let's be very clear, Narendra Modi is an individual who is dividing and polarizing India. Can you please...
Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji, who had dialogue with Hurriyat people for the resolution of Kashmir issue. Had it been your integral part, you would not have negotiated, you would not have dialogue with the Hurriyat people.
Can you please let others speak?
Making fool here.
Can you...
No, sir, we are getting all facts on the table. Neither the Congress nor the BJP.
30 seconds, please understand,
we want everyone on the same page on Pakistan state-sponsored terror. That is our effort. But Mr.
Gaurav,
Nabi...
I urge you...
Mr. Nabi, the Prime Minister says Pakistan's nuclear... The way Pakistan's nuclear bogey has been exposed, similarly the bogey of the Kashmiri leadership on Article 370 and 35A will be exposed. There is a problem since neither Article 370 nor 35A were a part of the original principle of accession.
370 since 1989.
We are one. To save Article 350, to save Article 370 and 35A, we are one. We will protect it. Nobody can touch it.
Can I get 30 seconds?
Please, sir.
You are
sir,
one
can
with
you let others speak? This is a civilized
you are
debate.
the only one.
Gaurav, since 1989, the BJP has been talking about removing Article 370. It was 89, 91, 96, 99, 2004, 2009, 2014. How long will they continue to fool the people of India? This is nothing but plain hypocrisy of the BJP.
Where is the correlation between instrument of accession and constitution?
That's the point that even Ajad Shatru Singh made on the broadcast. But Inamul Nabi needs to know that maybe Inamul Nabi does not know these facts.
The fact of the matter is that Congress party has been towing the Pakistani line. They have been taking separatist and divisive line in many No, let me say, Gaurav, when there were air strikes, nobody wanted evidence anywhere in the world. In fact, Pakistan also did not want evidence. But Congress party went even beyond Pakistani line and started asking for evidence. Nobody has visited
Sinha, the point that Adil Singh Boparai makes, when the BJP was in power in J&K and in the centre, you had a golden opportunity to deliver.
This is the state of affairs in Congress party. It's extremely unfortunate. Just like Congress president, he has been peddling lies after lies. You have seen on Rafale issue or other issues, large number of irresponsible statements are made day in and day out by the Congress president. And thereafter it is followed in toto by other
Adil Singh Boparai, on the issue of Article 370, and for a moment I want to stay on it. Adil Singh Boparai, gentlemen, let's speak one by one, please, so that our viewers can also make sense. It's a very important aspect that I want to bring to fore. Article 370, Adil Singh Boparai, should the Congress also not sensitize its alliance partner, whether it's the NC or even talk to the PDP? After all, the BJP alleges that the Congress is running with the hare and hunting with the hounds, speaking the language of separatists in Kashmir and the language of nationalists when you're in Jammu and rest of the country, sir.
Gaurav, you please see Mr. Narendra Modi's game plan and agenda here. He deliberately makes a statement at an election rally. He anticipates a response from the other side, and then he wants the public debate to hover over that. This is nothing but distraction. This is a typical case of diverting the agenda.
No, but is
BJP's demand of removing Article 370 has been there since 1989, 91,
is Article 370 important or not? Is it time for Article 370
2009, 2014? They are not going to do anything about it. This is hypocrisy of the BJP. Please understand, this is hypocrisy of the BJP. Narendra Modi has been in power with Mehbooba Mufti till 2 years back.
And that's a question that you haven't answered, Aman Sinha. When you were in power, both at the centre and in Jammu and Kashmir,
you did not have a word of condemnation for Mr. Farooq Abdullah when he was saying that Kashmir should have gone to Pakistan. He is your ally. And now you are getting agitated because people of this country are reposing their faith in trust in leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He has said that
Kashmir is not going
going to compromise on any issue with respect to national security.
And for the benefit of our viewers also,
Congress party which after 26/11 the Congress
are you aware of what Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar said? Are you aware of what he said about Article 370?
And when we have a
are you aware? I want to quote to you. Aman Sinha, give me a moment. Aman Sinha, give me a moment. Adil Singh Boparai, give me a moment. Mr. Nabi, give me a moment.
Even Congress.
Give me a moment. No, Mr. Nabi. I want our friends in Jammu and Kashmir. Gentlemen, give me a moment, all of you.
When they aligned with PDP, they gave in writing.
Give me a moment, Mr. Nabi. 2 minutes शांत हो जाइए. सुनिए, Mr. Nabi, सुनिए. इस देश में बाबा साहेब भीमराव अंबेडकर और आज हम उनका जन्म दिवस बना रहे हैं. उन्होंने क्या कहा था? What had he said about Article 370? He said to those who wanted to introduce Article 370, he said, you wish India should protect your borders, it should build roads in your areas, it should supply you food grains, and Kashmir should get equal status as India, but the government should only have limited powers, and Indian people should have no rights in Kashmir. To give consent to this proposal would be treacherous and against the interests of India. Unquote. Mr. Nabi, Article 370, according to Dr. Ambedkar, was treachery. Are you aware of that, sir?
Sir, Article 370, 35A protects our identity and demography. At any cost, we will not allow anybody, whether it is BJP or Congress, to touch it. From Lakhanpur, from Kathua to Leh, from Kishtwar to Kupwara, we are one to protect Article 370
no, you are not.
And 35A.
You are not. Jammu and Ladakh majority want Article 370 to go. We've spoken to a large number of people.
Nobody wants it.
We've spoken to people in Jammu and in Ladakh. We've spoken to a large number of people in the valley. They want Article 370 to go. It's only a few who want Article 370 and Adil Singh Boparai. That's where I want to bring you in, sir. Article 370, according to Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar, was treachery. Why should we continue with it today?
Not at all.
Is it time for Article 370 to go?
Even BJP has agreed.
Adil Singh Boparai.
when BJP people aligned with the PDP, they gave in writing that they will not.
I will take that question. I will take that question to Aman Sinha. But first, Adil Singh Boparai and gentlemen, one by one.
Congress local leaders.
Mr. Nabi, let others speak.
Mr. Nabi, please put Mr. Nabi's fader down for a moment. I want to hear Adil Singh Boparai first. Yes, sir. Go on, sir.
Gaurav, you have to understand that a polarized Kashmir helps whom? A polarized Kashmir helps Pakistan. Now, you have the highest of respect, and I'm sure you must have interacted with Mr. A.S. Dullat. A.S. Dullat came out with a book. When Narendra Modi was elected as Prime Minister, the ISI was very happy because the country stands polarized by his extremist rhetoric.
Status quo
Let's be very clear, Kashmir is ours.
Is it time for Article
Kashmir is not going anywhere, whether Mr. Nabi says or XYZ says.
Kashmir? If it's polarizing a small segment in Kashmir, isn't it time to expose this element in Kashmir that wants Article 370 to stay?
Trying to polarize the electorate.
If Jammu wants Article 370 to go, if Ladakh wants Article 370 to go.
Please understand, Gaurav, the BJP makes these promises before every elections. You have to see the sincerity of the BJP. They made this promise before in the run-up to the 2014 elections.
Yes.
But did that stop them from going into power with Mehbooba Mufti? Did that stop the Prime Minister from telling Mehbooba Mufti that please don't praise Pakistan in my presence? So this is all posturing. This is all posturing.
Gaurav,
please respond. BJP raises the issue of treachery only when it wants to return to power.
He has no answers on his promises and he's trying to fool the electorate.
Respond, Mr. Aman Sinha.
Gaurav, no, first of all, as far as Article 370 and 35A is concerned, our stand is very well known, and as and when the BJP is in a position to do so, we will do so. But what is the Congress stand on this? On 35A also, I have stated time and again that those who are trying to draw any linkage between instrument of accession and 35 is absolutely misplaced and absurd, because the instrument of accession was signed in 47, thereafter Constitution came into existence in 1950, and Article 35A was surreptitiously introduced by Jawaharlal Nehru government in 1954 by an executive act, and therefore I am saying time and again that it's legally impermissible. Now, as far as my friend Mr. Adil Boparai is concerned, he has been trying to divert the issue, not stating what the Congress stand is. Because on 370 and 35A, everybody has seen in Kashmir that these are anti-developmental measures. They have not yielded and resulted in any development. They have resulted in inequality, and therefore they need to go. From
so closing comments, quick last word to Mr. Adil Singh Boparai on 370. Sir, does the Congress want Article 370 to go, sir?
Because India is one. And India is united against terror. India is for a robust national security policy. And
Adil Singh Boparai, sir, 30 seconds before I close the show.
Learn to fight against terrorists and separatists. And please make sure, please make note that we will not allow.
I am not sure about that, Mr. Nabi. Maybe a small segment in the valley may, but Jammu and Ladakh and a large segment in Kashmir Valley, perhaps you need to go out, meet people, interact with them more extensively. When people say they want Article 370 to go, but the question that Adil Singh Boparai raised is very fair. Why is this stated just before elections and forgotten post-elections? We'll track the story very closely. To all my guests, many thanks for joining me.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.